network is more important than your resume. I can't tell you that enough. One of the things you're going to find that's going to be so frustrating is trying to create a resume when you get out of the military, trying to create a resume. Keep in mind the things you did in the military surpass anything you could think of out here in the civilian world. You may have held 10 jobs in the military and did those 10 jobs well in the military, and it was expected of you. But out here, these people couldn't fathom working 10 jobs. But you literally could have 10 jobs in the military. I mean, I'm not just making this up. You could have 10 hats, 10 different titles, 10 different responsibilities. Um, that's unheard of. And so out here, you have people that um, they only have one job, one title. And so it's pretty easy for them to create a resume because, I mean, their experience is limited to that one job, that one title. When you take a military person with all these 10 jobs, these 10 titles, 10 hats, different responsibilities, different supervisory responsibilities, and tell a military member to try to put that on a sheet of paper so that they can find a job. It was so tough for me. It was so tough for me. I would overthink it. I would underthink it. I would make the words too military. I would find myself using acronyms. I would find myself, instead of a one-page resume, I ended up with a 3.5-page resume, trying to fit everything that I thought I did in the military in that one sheet. But at the end of the day, what really matters is networking. It's network. It's not those resumes. Certainly work on your resumes and make sure they're tight, they're sound, and they're good enough to hand off to a potential employer. But I would tell you, there's nothing like networking. I tell you, when I got out of the military, I had veterans along the way who pointed me in a direction. They pointed me in a direction. You know, I recall a veteran at the one agency, and he was getting ready to hire me. He happened to be a veteran. He was a hiring guy, and he found out I was a veteran. He wasn't gonna. I don't want to say he was gonna do me a favor. He knew I had the qualifications, but he understood that I didn't know I had the qualifications. He had to kind of ask me certain questions to figure out, yeah, you did this in the military, so you got these qualifications, and he was getting ready to hire me for the job. But unfortunately, someone else called me 2 days later with a better offer, so I took that position. But that was networking. That was a veteran who saw potential. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And in fact, the next job that I took, the only reason I got that job because the interviewer was a retired major in the Air Force. She was a major, and I happened to be Air Force. And she was sitting next to her boss, who was the one that ultimately made the decision. But her boss needed her opinion on whether I was going to be a good fit or not. And when I showed her my resume, she immediately knew that I was a good fit. It was just a matter of me, saying it, because the interview process, they want to listen to you. They want to hear you. They want to know if you can talk. They want to know if you can listen well. And so she was crossing her fingers with that. And I nailed it. I nailed that aspect of it. And so immediately she said, yes, he's it. He's it. He's it. I mean, they even had me do a mock PowerPoint presentation. And it just so happened I did a lot of PowerPoint presentations in the military. And so I knocked it out. They gave me 30 minutes to put one together, and I put it together. Not only put it together, but they want you to brief on it. I think a minimum of 5 slides or something like that. And I did it. Knocked it out the park. And I got hired. And I tend to think now that one of the biggest reasons I got hired is because of that retired major. Because she saw something in me, again, that I didn't see in myself. And this is what I mean about networking. Sometimes your network is there and you don't even know it. There are veterans that will look out for you, but you gotta bring something to the table too. Okay, it's not just about a veteran hooking up a veteran. You gotta bring something to the table. If you're a veteran knucklehead sitting across the table from a recruiter, and this veteran knows you're a knucklehead just by dealing with other veteran knuckleheads, and you're probably not gonna set too well with that veteran giving you a good recommendation. You got to be a veteran that has empathy about you. You got to be a veteran that's willing to conform, willing to change, willing to follow corporate line, just like in the Air Force. It's just the corporate line is different. The corporate policies are different. The laws are different. You have to be a veteran, truly willing to adapt.